Hello, folks. This is Wager Detective coming at you 5:54 p.m. November 15th, 2025. We're going to get into this Texas-Georgia game, and what a game we got in the SEC. If we look at the history between these two teams recently, Texas is 1-2 the last three against Georgia. Most recent times in 2024, they played twice, and they lost to Georgia twice. 15-30, and then they lost to them in that playoff game 19-22 in overtime. That's when Carson Beck went out. They brought in the Stockton kid. He came in and just stormed back against Texas in that game in Atlanta in the Superdome. So we know that, and then we're going to look at the Texas this year, what they've done. We know about Steve Sarkisian, the coach of Texas, 91-54, 63%. Texas is 7-2 on the year, and he has a nice little Texas record, 45-19, 70% winning percentage at Texas. You look at his bowl games; he's pretty solid. 0-1, 2-1, 2-3, 3-3, 3-4, 3-5. So 4-5 in his bowl games, and having a pretty good career, and doing good with Texas. We look at Texas' offensive numbers. They pass the ball 31 times a game. They rush it 34.9, so it's about 35. So they pass about 4 less times a game, and they rush about 4 more times a game than pass. Now you look at defensively, teams run on them, pass on them 35 times a game, and then they pass on them 32 times a game. Archie Manning, the quarterback there, 18 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions, 146 ratings, about 236 yards a game for Texas. If we look at what they're doing here, they got 11 rushing touchdowns, 6 of them by Archie Manning, 3 by Trey Wisner, and those are the main guys there that are getting it done on the ground. C.J. Baxter's got 40 attempts. Jarek Gibson's got 37 attempts. James Simon's got 29 attempts. If we look at what they do in the air, you look at Ryan Wingo. He's got 19.1 yards per reception. He leads the SEC there, and he leads the team in receptions. 31 attempts for 593 yards, and he's got about 66 yards a game. So that's the guy that Georgia's gonna want to keep an eye on, is Ryan Wingo. He's got 5 reception touchdowns, and Parker Livingston's also got 5 touchdowns for receptions for a touchdown. 21 receptions, 351 yards, 16.7 yards of reception. So that's who Archie Manning's looking for: Ryan Wingo, Parker Livingstone, and Jordan Washington. And also Jack Endries has got 2 touchdown receptions as well. So they got 19 through the air, and they got 11 on the ground. So they like getting the ball in the end zone, more passing than they do running. They do have 30 touchdowns on the year. We look at the defense, and we look at who's doing what here. They do have 62 tackles for a loss, 34 sacks, 31 passes deflected, 6 fumble recoveries, and 11 forced fumbles. So they look pretty solid on defense there. And if you look at who's getting the sacks there, look at Colin Simons. He's got 8 sacks on the year. Anthony Hill's got 4. And then Trey Moore and Ethan Burke, they both got a couple sacks apiece. So they got guys over there that can get it done as far as getting to the quarterback, getting pressure on the quarterback. If we look at the D-backs, who's getting the interceptions? Jelani McDonald, he's got 2 interceptions, and Grayson Littleton. So those are the main guys you're going to be looking at here as far as who are we watching on defense. So Jelani McDonald, 3 tackles for loss. Them guys, they play pretty well back there in the defensive backfield. Now, if we look at kicking and punting, we look at Jack Bauermeister. He's the punter. He's averaging 45 yards per punt. And then if we look at field goals, Mason Shipley, 14 for 18, only 78% of his field goals getting in. He's got 74 points on the year. So if we look at who is their main scorer as far as scoring, let me see here. Okay, Mason Shipley's got 74. He's the kicker. Archie Manning's got 36. Parker Livingston, Ryan Wingo, Trey Wisner. Those are the guys that Georgia's going to want to keep a sneaky little eye on to see what they're doing back there. Let's take a look at Georgia. Let's see what's going on there with them. Georgia having a good year too. And we look at what, before we go on, we want to see what Texas has done. They have won 4 straight. They beat Oklahoma in the Red River game 23-6. They beat Kentucky. They beat Mississippi State. And then big win last week. They beat Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt almost came back and won the game, but they held on to beat them 34-31. And now they're going to come off the home game, and now they're going to go to Georgia. Let's see what Georgia's done this year. Georgia, led by Kirby Smart. We know Kirby Smart's done. One of the better college football coaches in the nation. And we look what he's done. He's got a couple national titles there, as you see there. His bowl games, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. 4-0, 5-0, 5-1. He's 7-1 in bowl games. I mean, actually 9-3 if you count the. He's 3-time SEC Coach of the Year. So you know what you're getting into when you go to Georgia and you play for Kirby Smart. You're gonna play good football. And you look at their record. Look at them, 8-1. They're having a fantastic year. Number 8th in the country in SRS, 18th in SOS. Played a tough schedule. What do they like to do? They pass the ball 31 times a game, and they rush the ball 42. So they're trying to beat you, run you into the ground. And so they run the ball 11 plus 11 as far as rushing to passing there. And Gunnar Stockton, 15 touchdown passes, only 2 interceptions, having a fantastic year. 226 yards a game per passing, 153.4 rating. If we look at what they do on the ground, they got a bunch of guys that can get in that end zone. Josh McCray's got 3. Gunnar Stockton ain't afraid to run it in. He's got 7 touchdowns on the ground. Dylan Bell's got 2. Chauncey Bowens has got 6. They got 22 touchdowns on the ground. So they're more prolific, way more prolific than Texas is on the ground. In the air, 16 touchdown receptions. They got a couple guys that got 3 receiving touchdowns. Lawson Lucky, Zachary Branch, both with 3 touchdowns. Noah Thomas has got 2. London Humphreys has got 2. And they got a few guys with 1. 38 touchdowns on the year altogether. See what they do on defense. Okay, they got 35 tackles for a loss. The problem is they only got 11 sacks. That's a problem. You know, Texas looks like they get more pressure on the quarterback, only 11 sacks. They got 4 interceptions on the year. And if we look at fumble recoveries, they only got 3. So they're not adept at getting turnovers necessarily like Texas is. If we look at the kicking and punting, Peyton Woodring, 35 for 35, perfect extra points, and he's 12 for 13. Field goals, he's contributed to 71 points for the team. And if you look at their punters here, their main punter, Brett Thorson, averaging 46 yards per carry. But Peyton Woodring, the kicker, leading the team in points. And then you got Gunnar Stockton and Chauncey Bowens and Nate Frazier and Zachariah Branch and Dylan Bell and Josh McCray. I mean, they got a bevy of guys that can get it in on the ground and through the air. Let's see what they've done this year as far as their schedule. They've been running roughshod over teams. Kentucky went to Auburn, won. Ole Miss. Keep an eye on them to win the national title. You could have got them at 18-1. I don't know what they are now, but a sneaky good team. A lot of people not really paying attention to them with all the other good teams like Alabama, Notre Dame doing what they did today. I mean, you got teams out there that are just overshadowing that Ole Miss team that is well coached. But Georgia, they go to a neutral site game, outdoor cocktail party. What do? 24-20. And then Mississippi State last week, they go on the road, get primed and ready. So both teams are coming off the road, a road win. The difference is Georgia's coming home where they are, what do I got in my notes here? They are 14-1 in their last 15 at home. Their last 15 games at home, they're plus 20.1 on their plus minus per game over that average. Average score over that last 15 at home for Georgia is 59.6 points a game. If we look at Texas, they are 13-2 in their last 15 at home on the road, but they are only not plus 9.8 per game on the plus minus differential in that category, and their average games over their last 15 on the road is about 48 points a game. So right there off the bat, probably going to be leaning towards the over in this game. I know last year they didn't really score a lot of points in their game, and actually the last 2. meetings 30-15, 22-19, but the book puts up 49.5 in this game. I think the game clears the total, but more importantly, I think that Georgia is the team that's going to cover the spread here. If we look at the line here, we do know that the line opened up. I got some sharp intel that this line did open up from a good capper of mine. That this line did open at 6.5, and now it's down to 4.5. And I thought the line was about a half point light on the 6.5. And now that it's come to 4.5, you're getting really good. In my opinion, you're getting about 2.5 points of value with Georgia as the favorite here. So that's going to be my call here. Georgia minus 4.5 and over 49.5 here for Wager Detective, coming to you live from Atlantic City, 6:05 p.m. here on November 5th, 2025. Going to make the call here, right now at 5 after 6 on November 15th. Georgia minus 4.5 and the game to go over 49.5. This is Wager Detective coming at you from Atlantic City. I'll talk to you soon. I hope to see you guys in the winner's circle. Wager Detective did hit today in his only play of the day. He had, why am I drawing a blank? He had, who did I have? Oh, I had a money line on a game. Oh, no, I had, Arizona. I was getting Arizona plus 5.5, and they won outright. So Wager Detective 1-0, 6-0 in his last Saturday calls on college football. You can check me out on Twitter. And that's the call here today. We'll do it one more time. Georgia minus 4.5 and over 49.5 to beat Texas. I'll talk to you soon.